Other interesting cultural news, you have Disney being sued by investors for claiming that they hid the true cost of streaming. Now, this is coming as the company's stock hit a 9-year low, which, yet again, I was going to say, not only just for moral reasons, but the other reason I'm glad I don't usually play the stock market, but I would not invest in Disney. Now, they're looking specifically because of the Disney Plus streaming platform, and shareholders are accusing Disney, and this is a news article thanks to Newsmax, and they're accusing Disney of lying about the extent of its losses to hit lofty subscriber count targets, and in claiming the Disney Plus was on track to achieve a profitability by the end of 2024. Now, it looks like the complaint was filed August 23rd in California Federal District, and it details a, quote, inappropriately shift cost by debuting content created for Disney Plus on legacy platforms to move marketing and production cost. Now, the lawsuit claims that Disney's former CEO, wow, talk about being fancy, they spell out his old name, Robert. Everyone always called him Bob Chapek, and the current CEO, Bob Iger, and former CFO Christine McCarthy, and several other current and former executives as defendants. The suit claims that the executives hid the expenses and difficulty of maintaining a subscriber growth as it suffered, quote-unquote, staggering costs to create content. The charge is that in an effort to hide losses, executives decided to air, quote, The Mysterious Benedict Society and, quote, Doogie Kamelia MD, which supposedly were to be Disney Plus originals, on the Disney Channel to make the streaming service appear more successful than it actually was. Chapek repeatedly had said that Disney Plus would be profitable by the end of 2024. Yeah, it's not going to happen. A forecast that represented a, quote, astounding threefold increase from prior estimates without any degradation in the expected profitability for the segment, unquote. This is according to the lawsuit. Now, it looks like Disney management, quote, materially misrepresented Disney Plus's financial future when it predicted 3 years ago it expected the service to turn a profit and have 230 to 260 million subscribers by 2024, which that's a huge tall order. At that point, you're beating Netflix. And anytime you have technology or any business, actually, beating the one that's first to market is a very difficult thing. It rarely happens. So they're telling people, oh yeah, we're going to beat Netflix. No, you're not. Now, it looks like Disney Plus had 146 million subscribers by the end of June this year when Disney reported a $512 million loss on its streaming unit. That according to Forbes. Now, quote, the company also reported a decline in its average revenue per Disney Plus subscriber as more customers subscribe through a discounted bundle with the company's other services. That also noted in complaint. They noted that bundling offers made up about 40% of domestic subscribers. Ooh. Confirming that Disney was relying on short-term promotional efforts to boost subscriber growth while impairing the platform's long-term profitability, unquote. Yeah, that's the issue with a lot of these large companies. It can be beneficial business-wise to have offsets, and you can actually have different parts of the business lose money in order to boost other parts of the business. One of the most apt metaphors I usually use is the telecom industry, where you have AT&T and Verizon. They can have losses on their cell phone plans because they'll make it up on the back end, or they can move the costs around where, like when you have a new house, they'll sell you cable, they'll sell you a landline, which was actually a house phone back in the day. I just dated myself. But that's one way they can move around the cost, where their competitors like T-Mobile, they don't have that ability to move costs around. So people will think AT&T is cheaper because that one product line is, but the other products are more expensive. So blended together, the company can still do okay. That's a very similar metaphor I use talking about industries, but it looks like this company is just really struggling. And they also reported that after the pandemic that forced Disney to close the theme parks and the movie theaters closed, the company prioritized the streaming, and Chapek decided to quote unquote go all in on the platform. Now, just going all in on the platform, from a business perspective, I actually think that was a prudent business decision. There is an argument that Disney Plus is a good idea. Now, the issue with most Disney ventures these days is the cost. And the cost just is too much. Like Marvel films. Marvel films can make money. They have before. But if the cost just to make the damn movie is $500 million, there's no conceivable way you can make a profit. Because again, no matter how much the movie costs, you always have to budget about 2 times that cost for marketing. And then remember, whenever you get the box office or whenever you see box office numbers, that's not what the company gets. That's a split between the movie theaters. So they don't get all of that money. They're getting a percentage of it, albeit a majority of the percentage. But it's one of those instances where you're going to see more and more of these investors start to sue these companies. And I also think you're going to see more companies sue businesses where they're not making, their goal is not to make a profit, is to quote unquote make a difference, also known as activism. It'll be interesting. You actually have someone suing Target right now because of that. With Disney hiding this cost, which with the data that we currently have, it seems like they have with those bundles. Because again, those bundles aren't, it does seem to obfuscate the truth and move the cost around. It is a great way to get subscribers, but you're getting them at a discount. When they renew, will they actually pay the full price, or what happens then? But short term, they seem to be using that to increase the number of subscribers. And I don't think, with the data it has right now, and again, I'm not a legal scholar, but it seems like they do have a case. Will they be guilty? As I always say, time shall tell. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in again. Also, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of September. I know it's a tall order, but if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and comment. The feedback is greatly appreciated, especially the critical feedback, as I try to make the show better and better, and as well as try to improve myself more and more to make the show an experience more pleasurable for the user and the fans. Also, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.